we're having this discussion. It is necessary. We're not saying, hey, go and open an OnlyFans and you'll be successful, or go and open. We're just diving into what it is and what it's like being in it. Not for a month, not for a day, but for years. That's what it is. It's for years. And this is the reality that we have to live with. We never know what somebody's occupation is.
That's why when people say, bro, like, you tarnishing your name, I was like, I never went into that to tarnish my name. It's a career. I look at it as a career. I look at it to develop, because from that I transition into something else, to something else, to something else, to something else, you know. From that I could go into real estate. From that I could go into anything that, like, I'm in the lane. I will never go from that to go into work with children.
Okay.
I'll never go from that to working with a company that completely goes against that. I have understanding.
Yeah.
You know, so just stick to your lane, and I'm sticking to that. So why I'm in my lane and you want to come in my lane and criticize me?
Exactly.
But
that's how it is.
And the thing is, we're here having a discussion about this, and the reality is what we're openly saying, what we laugh about, but we don't agree with anyway. Because at the end of the day, none of this stuff of what people say adds to what we do in our lives.
Exactly.
When we press record, we're on a different tip. We're focused, we're driven. You know what I mean? And like, again, the only little stumbling blocks every now and then is when people really close to us has an effect by it. I don't upset my friends, because if you upset my friends, then we have a problem. Do you know what I mean? Try to come up my friends and say, yeah. Do you know what I mean? At the workplace or whatever, then we have an issue. Now we have an issue. But if you come sticks and stones, you can tell me anything you want about me. Your prerogative.
Exactly. That is. I remember there was this incident recently about youth workers, and the former prime minister made a statement about it. And as soon as he made the statement, everybody's calling my phone like, "What did you tell Shafti? What did you say?" I said, "What do you mean? What, you think I said something?" I didn't say nothing. I don't have his number. I haven't messaged the prime minister. Oh, because I worked on a few projects with the party in the past. I said, me working on a project is much different than me being in party.
Sure.
I got hired for a job, and I do my job, and then I go about my business. Turns out, everybody's thinking I'm doing, and I always tell people, if I'm going to say something, I'm not going to say it behind the back. I'm going to say it to your face. If I'm a media personality, why would I go and hide when I'm somebody always in front of the camera, ready to explore new things and options? You say it directly as it is. And I think that is something that people don't understand. We live in a society that wants to function one way. It's a one-way road. There's only one way to go, and you follow that road. If you stumble, you get back up and you continue walking. But forget that life is like a highway. You have many exits, you have many entrances, you have many lanes. You have a fast lane, you have a slow lane, and you have many different vehicles on it. Each person moving at its different pace, at its different speed, carrying different loads. But all of them trying to get to the destination. Some exit, some enter. And that's how it is. So you being part of the industry is not a limiting factor. It's something that really tells you that you guys understand the industry. This is not a joke to you. This is something you take very seriously. This is your pride. This is your joy.
It's a business.
And then you say about tarnish your name. I said, but how can somebody tarnish their name in something that they have not established their name in? You've established your name in your craft. You haven't established your name in corporate. You haven't established your name in anything. So how can you tarnish a name that has not established in any other sector? You function in that sector.
We own our section.
The only way you can tarnish your name is if you tarnish your craft, and your craft is you. So what are you tarnishing?
Like there's another guy. He I saw he had OnlyFans in his bio, saying lotion everything and whatnot. And people was like, when I just started, I guess he just started as well, and that was the hype and this and that. So I never really took him on, but this year, a couple months back, I reached out to him, just like I reached out to you, like, yo, bro, we can make a lot of money off this platform, everything. And OnlyFans made me realize to grow, it's all about collaborations.
Massively.
You grow quicker than doing it by yourself. Right? So I told him, yo, I have, I'm already known on OnlyFans, we could probably boost each other, I could get you people, you could get me people, blah, blah, blah. And then he told me, he's studying to be a doctor, and he doesn't really want to do it anymore. I'm like, bro, so in the first place, why did you make an account? Like, why did you come with the energy of even having an OnlyFans? You understand? Like, people like get it twisted. This is not, I got pissed off because this is not something you do for quick cash. Look at it as a career, not just for fast cash, looking good or whatever. And then he kind of got defensive and telling me, bro, like, you tarnishing your name and this and that. And now, you were tarnishing your name because your mindset was to be of the white collar. That was never my mindset. My mindset was my own lane. Right? I'm a entertainer, erotica, model, whatever. I've been doing that. That's my whole life. I've never been in white collar industry apart from working for sandals, right?
Yeah.
So, and in sandals, I was still doing entertainment. So that's my life has been entertainment. I was born to entertain people, right? So, and then he started asking me about all kind of things about, well, you kind of come across as a queer baiting and this and that. I didn't know any of these terms. I'm like, what's a queer? I had to research it, and then I found out it's a straight guy baiting gay. And like, yo, like, bro, wow. I didn't choose to. Like, the freaking industry chose me. Like, I've been doing it on OnlyFans. Well, not OnlyFans. I've been on Instagram, half naked or showing my body, and the LGBTQT. I don't know if I said it right. The LGBTQ community always support me. Yeah. Like, they're always talking to me, always, you hot, you this, for free. I didn't have an OnlyFans, I didn't do nothing, and they were still supporting me. So, and they were the ones telling me, bro, you should really start OnlyFans, you get money from it, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not baiting people. I'm not telling you, okay, I'm going to give you this, and then, haha, I got your money. Nah, I'm accepting you with open arms. I'm very open. Yeah. My platform is majority men. And I love them so much because it's like a little family. I have like a little
community.
I love the community. You know, they support me. And like the way the world is going right now, it's, you know, back in the day, like if you were gay or in the closet, bro, they would laugh at you, you get killed or whatever. Who's running the industry now? Who are the best designers? Who are doing the hair?
It really shows because you're watching like, oh, you have to hide your sexuality, you have to hide this. And usually your only sexuality reference was that you were gay. Yeah. Now you have gay, you have the bisexuals, you have the pansexuals, you have the demisexuals, you have this, you have that. And it's kind of like, okay, everybody is something rather than straight. So now you go out there and you say you're straight, they're watching you like,
you still straight?
What? You still straight, my brother? And we're not making fun of the LGBTQ community, but it also shows how these guys are transitioning the world, these movements. And that's where you say collaboration is key, because each one of these movements is their own, but they come together to make one force that even cause the legalization of these marriages. Look at the marijuana movement right now. States are legalizing that because of these movements. And this really shows how unity can change the entire industry. We cannot survive on our own. But this is how our country moves, like it's on its own. People move like every man for themselves. For instance, I had a friend who went missing, and I was walking in Castries. Her photo was on DBS. Everybody's watching the news. Everybody's seeing it. And then she's standing by the Laco bus stop, and everybody's passing her like that. And nobody can say, we see the girl in Castries, we saw the girl here, we saw the girl there. It's when I walk by the bus stop, I'm like, aren't you missing? She's like, yeah.
So what's the idea?
And you mean to tell me there are thousands of people in Castries and nobody's saying nothing?
Wow.
So it really goes to show you how every man for themselves. It really goes to show you the narrative that people have, like, a girl goes missing. She had a man home, she had this boy home, she had that boy home. Sometimes that's where she's not. But that's the original narrative. If a man goes missing, oh my God, I'm so concerned with my son. And then after that, you hear man commits rape, immediate arrest, no questions asked, right? But if a woman rapes a man, it's kind of like, you got what? What kind of shit is that? So it really shows you the gender how do you say, not norms, the gender norms, like there's inequality in certain things in certain parts of society. That's why I always say social media is meant for women and these type of things are meant for men, because you actually admitted that your fan base is predominantly
men. Like who pays, even in the straight community for women, who pays for the women content? Men. Men are the ones dominating. They want to see, and a lot of them are married, they're in relationship, they got kids, and they're subscribed to the hub, they're subscribed to these things. And women sometimes will not admit it, but they watch for inspiration, because they're probably, for a lot of times, a lot of things for women are mental. They have an image, they want to see that image when they're fulfilling their activities. For men, it's about the pleasure, we get the pleasure, whatever. But for women, it's a lot more than what it is for us as a man. So then now when you watch these industries and you watch this business, and this is something I want people to understand, you have to analyze everything. So don't just go and say you're going to make OnlyFans. You have to ask yourself, you have to study what's moving with the industry, because you don't only have OnlyFans, you have Twitter. Twitter has a lot of content. Just for fans, you have the hub, you have different platforms. Patreon.
Because I opened up my OnlyFans on the back end that I had so much, like you, so much content which was getting flagged up on Instagram, wasn't allowed everywhere. My other content. Yeah, so it was almost like wow, it was a nice bank area where I can put it up there without being flagged and make money from it.
Wow, double one.
So imagine that, I've got the content already, I'm already out there ready for what I do. So guess what? I'm making money from stuff that I've already got. Exactly. So that just made sense. That was a nice, sensible move financially. But moving on, let's say it how it is. OnlyFans isn't the be all or end all. Like what I mean by that is, it's like, yes, you can make money, but you have to work at it.
Yeah, it's work, bro.
You have to
work every
marketing.
Every other day I have to be doing content, or I have to plan my content,
strategize it.
I have to.
Yes.
Plus, what makes it even fun and hard at the same time, I'm from the Caribbean, so I always have to worry about my culture. People see me naked, because that's not the norm. That's not like Europe. That's not like America. You see a naked man, his thing is everywhere. You know, I would really attract attention. You have to be careful, I have to be wary, I have to be letting somebody wants to attack me or whatever.
Of course.
Have to worry about all these things. So
of course,
even my fans don't know how hard this is, because all they want to see outdoor. But it's very challenging doing outdoor. Difficult. I have to plan it properly, timing, weather, and the list goes on.
Equipment,
because
everybody wants no low quality video.
Because the funny thing is, like, especially when I do certain pictures, I do certain pictures or videos, especially if I did it with Yanzo or I do it with Dominic. Our pictures are very risque. Like, I'm gonna lie, they are tailored for my content, for my fans. So when you see it, pictures say 1,000 words, and if you angle a camera in such a way, again, 1,000 words. But guess what? We are good at what we do. We are good at what we do, and I say this to people, like, when I make my content or when I do stuff, I do everything I do. I'm very much comfortable with. Do you know what I mean? I'm comfortable with my body. I'm comfortable with my own sexuality. So I don't fret when someone says, "Oh yeah, you're gay," or "You're like."
You know, I think the issue is, I think that a lot of men
homophobe.
Not just homophobe. They're afraid that a gay person changes them. But if you know you're not gay, why would they change you? Why would you be curious? Or I think the fact that I know myself so much and what I like and what I stand for, I could be out among anybody.
One of the last things I want to ask you guys is, what is your long-term plan now with your OnlyFans? What changes? Because you know the industry always changes. It always demands something different. So where are you guys looking to go with this?
So personally, I because we talked about this anyway, like we don't know if OnlyFans will always be there. They're putting a lot of precautions and restrictions. So I'm always thinking about progression in regards to investing money and different websites and so forth, because digital is the way forward. Like, my personal dream is reoccurring payment and making money while I sleep. I have this dream. I've been having dreams for many years. I wake up in the morning, I open my laptop, and I just look at my girl and say, "Oh, babes, we only made $1 million last night." Shut the laptop back and carry on drinking my cocktail. Do you know what I mean? Making money while I sleep. Like, obviously, that was one of my paths when I started OnlyFans. Was like, oh my god, I can put all this stuff in there, boom, and just make money. Because really, truly, the great thing is, if obviously we're not getting any younger, but we've already created content, and OnlyFans keep all of the thousands, 100 videos that we have on there. So even if someone comes in for 1 month, by that point, if they come in later, they're gonna have so much content.
So it's kind of like
it's kind of future-proof kind of thing.
As long as the platform is there. So that's in that sense for OnlyFans. Now, obviously, I definitely think it's opening up other doors.
I definitely can see me looking at different areas of taking that money out and investing in other businesses.
So now that's my plan. Like when a lot of people think I'm making bank. I don't think that's bank yet. When I start making bank, I'm going straight into real estate. Just good Airbnbs, rentals, everything. That is my future goal. Like, to be just, all I want to do is just drive and say hi, good morning, good night, and just change. You ever played Vice City?
Oh yes.
You know, you just drive away and you see your money going up.
That's
what I want to do. You know, and still be doing like Tyson said, I won't always be pumping content on OnlyFans, but I could develop into something else on OnlyFans. I may not be as risky. Sometimes the biggest company reaches out to me for $50,000, $60,000, and they say, yeah, well, we need you to don't push so much OnlyFans content. Then maybe I might switch up my OnlyFans to something else, you know?
Yes.
Because I'm fresh, I'm a clean shit. I wasn't doing something where like, oh, I have to hide. So I can always transition into other things, and I'm a guy, you know? I'm not like, I start to say that like females, they keep making a bad image for females, and that's sad, but it rubs up on guys differently in the industry.
Yes.
You know, it's more praised.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I care, but that's what people do. So yeah, that's my plan: real estate and pump it into media, like photography, videography.
Fantastic.
You know, so it all correlates. I just want to be happy, man.
Yeah. Trust me, because one thing is, I love people. I shouldn't really say it. It's hard to say it. I love people, but at the same time, I hate people. Not hate per se, but I like the fact of digital. I'm getting more and more in love with digital. I'm getting more and more in love with
antisocial. Yeah, like
I get more like in love with like connecting with people online and having that in that area as opposed to actually going out.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to have something which like just
you know what you said there, like, and that's how I feel right now. With me being so popular in St. Lucia, like when I go out, it's like I feel like everybody knows me. Like it's so boring now. People do the same thing over and over. They go by Vove or whatever, and I look at everybody just having a good time, being fake with each other. You don't like that person, you hypocritical to that person. I just don't want to be a part of it. I just want to be home doing content or home working on my craft, retouching, and just seeing my money go up, and probably just go to a hotel or just fly out somewhere. You know, I live in St. Lucia already, so it's already drink and drive, smoke and fly. Housing, I don't know. So I don't really want to be in the masses anymore.
So you're born in paradise.
See?
Because I realize
that's why we connect so well, you know.
Because I realize when I'm out and I get bored, I get antisocial. I go and check my OnlyFans. I'm busy on my phone because my phone is making me that money.
Of course.
Instead of talking to people that's useless to me or hypocritical, you know, because it's very, 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 very hypocritical.
So the great thing is, don't get me wrong, you're still going to get hate online and so forth. But I find it really easy now to manage certain things.
Yes.
Manage my energy and manage how I respond to my clientele and so forth. And there's so much money to be made.
Too much money.
Too much money, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when you limit yourself to just here, I can make so much. I'm making money for my bedroom. Like, again, the internet saved me. And that's where the one thing that we can't take for granted.
I remember, I kid you not, maybe I'll say that here. I remember in 1 month, I made like $12,000.
Why?
And like, it felt so good.
And that was US, right?
Well, that's EC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's EC in 1 month. Like 12,000 EC dollars, right? And that's a combination of my OnlyFans and photography.
Okay.
Right? And it felt so good being busy. Like I'm unreachable. And some people, I like to hear when people say, that boy always busy. Why are you always busy? Make time for me. Because it's a joy I get. Like just, you know, okay, as soon as I'm done being Mr. Sexy Anzo, boom, back into taking care and retouching your pictures.
Real talk.
You know? So as long as I get people to understand, hey, I just need a little time to retouch your pictures and do it properly. Just give me the little time that I need because I'll do it very good. But I also do this and like I'm managing my time. It's not just, it's not like I'm just home as a photographer doing nothing and I'm just wasting time on pictures. So I want people to know that I'm very busy and I try to balance my time properly. And it just feels so good to just be boom, boom, boom. It gets me really tired, but it's enjoyable. It keeps me out of trouble.
Of course. When I tell you right now, like, because people look at us and they even want to be beforehand. People look at me thinking, "Oh my God, I'm that gallus," or because of my lifestyle, I'm out there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No. My idea of a perfect night, like after I finish doing my work, just me and my girl, and we're watching Netflix, and we're just good. Good.
That's why we're at a point we need that positive energy in our circles. Like the person that we're with
needs to be.
We need to understand why. Because when I relax and I lay upon and I watch the land, I'm like, I made it. I want that person to understand like everything that I went through, and you appreciate.
Yeah, understand it.
You know, instead of you being fake with me and you just there for the ride. You know, you just there for the touch with Yanzo or whatever. I don't want people like that around me. You know, I want people to see the journey, what I went through, all the backlash, and all the, all the stuff that I went through. I want you to see what I went through so you can enjoy it like me and just watch. And
so we owned it. We owned it together.
So whatever something expensive, just because.
Because like I say, I say this to my girl all the time. and she'll listen to us and watch this back, and I want to watch this back over and over again. It's like you can have all the money in the world, but if up here it's not good, you don't have that, you don't have that clarity. Boom.
Yeah.
Finito. You're not leaving your house. You're not spending your money. You're not enjoying life.
And that's why millionaires killing themselves.
Yeah, and it, like with this, when we're good and everything's blessed, and that's one thing. We wake up, we smile at each other, we say good, empowering things to each other. We say we're gonna smash the day. Do you know what I mean? And we smile at the world, and when you have that. And when you have that mindset, you can do anything. Like that's where you start. This is where you become a trillionaire. It's in here. Because I kid you not. Like I guarantee you, someone gave you like £1 trillion right now. If up here you're getting hate and upset, and everyone in your circle, everyone in your house is on you, and you got filled with negativity. As soon as you walk here, there, and everywhere, I guarantee you want to give away with that money. You won't want it. But if you got in here and someone gave you $100 and next to you, and you're in a good place, and you're being smiled, and you feel worth, that $100 would be like £1 million.
Yep. Yeah, just like saying the masses, man. I don't care about what the masses say, like everybody else. You could be saying the most things about me, gay, bi, on the cover, whatever, bullying, this and that, But I realize the moment somebody in my circle just gives me 1 ounce of negative energy, I start to crumple a little bit, like like that. It just hit somewhere.
I didn't expect that from you.
I didn't expect that from you. Like really, like you remind me of the masses, and that's the energy I don't want. Period. As long as my pillars are strong, my circle. That's why my biggest supporter is my mom.
Oh wow.
My mother is my biggest support, and that's the only person I think that has my back. When I see my mom,
I have your back.
You know when I see you.
I met your mum. Let me meet your mum. See you in my competition.
So she really supports me, and she came from you know, like the old mindset, you know, that one minded, and she understands her son. So that really propels me to really become like a millionaire if I can, you know.
Wow, yes.
That's amazing.
You know? It's always wonderful to see our parents supporting our children be innovative, because our society just teaches us to think one way, you live one way, and even that, sometimes some parents even stretch it like, oh, you're in competition with everybody else, rather than promote individuality and understand that you are moving in your direction, in your own path, which promotes peace. I always tell a woman, once a man has peace, you become irrelevant. Once a man has peace, he can dismiss you. A lot of people use sex and their bodies as a way of sanctioning or staying or seducing the relationship. No, man. Once I have my peace, my happiness, and my sanity, you can go. That's not my business. That's not my problem. And that's what society doesn't understand. They want to creep and crawl underneath your skin, but don't realize that you have peace and you're unbothered and you don't care. And even that antisocial behavior, that even lets you know that, bruv, I don't even need outside. Like, bro, I'm good on my bed with Netflix.
When we was a kid, it was all about friends.
Yeah.
How many friends have we got? My mum used to say, funny enough, when I was younger, she used to say, you can count your friends on one hand. She used to say that to me, and I didn't understand that till I started getting to a bit of age.
Yeah, the older you got, you realize.
And then I started seeing some of my friends who houses started getting robbed. I think, and then they find out it's one of their friends that robbed that house. I'm like, how's that even possible? And after that, I'm lucky to experience these things. And after that, I was like, no. To come to my house, you need to be really close in this circle. And as I started to grow with that, I started to say, you know what? Like, it's crazy. Like like you said, we make our own peace. We make our own peace. Like I've grown now. Like I'm not even following it. Like I literally watch his stories because it just makes me laugh. And it inspires. And I'll tell you straight. Like I say to myself, like that's a little bit of me. Like I have to wake up sometimes. And I try to explain to others. You need to have that. You need to have the Anzels. You need to have motivational people. I literally listen to motivational speeches every day.
Me too.
Every day. There's no day. Do you know what I mean? I put that on loud in the house, in the car, and because we have to rewire ourselves. Because a lot of these people, their motivation is, oh my God, talking about drama, calling Sarah up, calling her, what, you ain't got electricity, you ain't got wife. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got time for that.
Let me give you a fun story, fun fact, right? I remember one time my mom was on the couch like this, and then I had my OnlyFans open, and I was sending content, and it's me on the couch stroking, right? And then I had the phone like this facing her watching the TV, and she said, "Jan, what you doing there? What you doing that for?" I was like, "Shit." Yeah. I say, mommy, I said, that's just my content and thing like that. Say, "You so erotic." You see, it's just so weird, you know. And like, mommy don't boost your head. Like, yeah, that's the OnlyFans thing. And she tell me, okay, you know, like, I don't have to give my mom the details on what I do.
Yeah, that's nice.
Weird,
that's
but
nice.
like, she just knows, you know, and then she just loves me.
That's amazing.
I always tell
That's
people,
amazing. Wow.
I don't want you to be the sun in my life. I want you to be the moon. Because everybody else wants to be that bright shining star, but nobody wants to be there in the darkness. So that's why I always tell people, if you can be my moon, my peace, my light while I walk through that darkness, then I can see you when the sun rises.
Yeah, of course.
Because at the end of the day, don't be the sun and only be there during the day. I need something at night time too.
Do you know what another thing actually? Let me quickly bring up last, and I've been through this pattern because again, through talking about relationships, through being in the industry, a lot of people think that you have to be with someone who equally does what we do. A lot of people think that, and trust me, I've been there, done that. I've not experienced a relationship that way, but I'm very much anti anyone who's in that industry. And I don't mean anti what they do, but with what I do as a adult entertainer, when I finish work, I want to finish work. So what I mean by that is I'm so lucky to obviously find a girlfriend that is opposite of that fact. So when I finish work, I shut the door, turn the phone off, I can just relax with someone else who's not thinking, oh, I need to do my OnlyFans now. Do you know what I mean? I need to start stripping now. Do you know what I mean? I can finish. So personally, it's just for me. Yeah. Personally, it's been very good for me to have someone on the opposite side of the spectrum. Has to be someone else who's in the same industry. A lot of people, I've seen some people work and that works for them. But personally with me,
everybody's different.
Personally with me, it inspires me to have someone who is like, you know what, grounds me. It's almost like, boom, when I'm at home or when it's like boyfriend, girlfriend time, we're good. Do you know what I mean? I don't have that because I think, you know what, I think reason why that has been for me, when I started doing my modeling and I started doing all this stuff beforehand, it's like, it was such a fake world because obviously what we do is fake. We have to pretend to do certain things on pictures. We always have to do this. We're in that motion. We're constantly, look at this great food or We're constantly always trying to please. So what I found is when I was meeting these individuals, they're already in that mindset. So I don't sometimes know how to switch off. And if they can't switch off and I can't switch off, we're both maybe being fake to each other. But having someone who is not that way, it almost lets me understand reality. And that's what I kind of like. I don't know. Again,
it creates a balance for you. That's good.
And truly, that is something that is truly beautiful. So we got an insight into the industry. We got an insight as to how it works and even how it works from the tropics, the Caribbean culture mindset. It's something that's truly unique. And we're not telling you to go and make an OnlyFans and you'll make money. We're not telling you to go and do this, to go and do that. No, we're just telling you the understanding, the basics, and the reality of what it means to be an adult entertainer or an OnlyFans content creator. So, truly, welcome to the Yellow Light. We throw caution into the wind, but we also take caution with what we bring. Understand that greatness is truly defined by each and every one of us. Each and every one of us have our own platforms, our own ways to go. And stay tuned with us. We're always going to be talking controversial things. We're not just a regular channel. We're the Yellow Light, okay? You will see us everywhere. Stay tuned.